Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here to talk about episode 12 of Love Island UK. And with me is Mika. How are you today, Mika?
I'm good. I'm good. Back again.
Back again. It's just a Mika Friday. Well,
Oh, thank God it's Friday.
thank God it's Friday. We have a break tomorrow. I'm assuming that you'll be watching the new After Sun tomorrow.
After Sun is tomorrow. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for
that's
is it
right.
for Love Island
Yeah,
USA? No,
yeah,
sorry.
it's the 15th. Yep. So I guess I don't know. I don't like Mara Higgins. He's racist,
Okay.
and I
Oh,
don't
why
care
do you
for
think that?
her.
Why I don't remember what happened. What did she do? What
Yeah,
made you think that?
just a bunch of stuff that I don't like that come out of her mouth and her tweets. So I'm not a fan of her necessarily. Um, that's just my opinion based on things that I've seen. But I am. I don't know. I'll see what I
Cautiously optimistic.
yes. I'm just trying to figure out if we're getting a new episode tomorrow and no unseen bits.
Oh, for this?
No, USA.
Oh, I don't know what their schedule is.
Yeah.
Is it Wednesday the day that they don't have a show, or is it?
Yes.
So there was
But
no show
because
this Wednesday, or that was
no,
just
but
the first week?
because they this is the first premiere week, they're doing a show every day until next Wednesday.
Okay, maybe though Saturday is just After Sun
Yeah.
as the show,
Okay.
as
Then
opposed to them being a show and an After Sun.
yeah. Which if it's After Sun, I'm still not going to cover it.
You'll cover it in Sunday night's recap.
Correct.
Got it. Hi, Taj.
Hi,
Thanks for
Tosh.
being here right on time. Now,
Yes.
I did have to redact something, so I looked it up.
Mhm.
And I don't know if I was in a Mandela effect, but like I almost distinctly remember Gemma Collins saying that her maybe she was lying on camera or something, but I really thought that was her family. But I just looked into it, and her mom is named Joan, but married into the last name Collins. And Jackie Collins and Joan Collins.
It's not same Joan.
It's not the same Joan.
It's not the same Joan.
Maybe she said her mom's name is Joan, and I automatically assumed
that it was the most famous Joan Collins that we know.
That's British, and like
Yes.
it makes sense that she's like on all these reality TV shows and stuff like that. So maybe I just made it make sense,
Right.
or maybe
I did say that looking at her when I Googled it, she didn't look like a Collins, but they're all like brunette, fair.
Big blue eyes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what I was always thinking. That I was like, oh wow, wait, I could have sworn because she on The Circle. I don't remember why I'm thinking this, but okay. I just wanted to redact that as far as I know, unless it's through her father's side of the family,
Possible.
which is a possibility.
Yeah.
Her mom is a Joan with her married last name being Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother is not that Joan Collins. Now, I haven't gone deep enough to see if it's on her dad's side in her family, because like I feel like I saw her say something about this on, I think it was The Circle, maybe.
She was on the UK Circle.
I don't know if she was on it, or she was like a guest, like somebody's friend that like she talked to on it. I don't know. I can't remember. This was like 6 years ago now, 7 years ago. I don't remember properly, clearly. But I just didn't want to be putting out more misinformation. So right. Sorry guys. I was like researching. I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. So I'm wrong. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Rachel. Hello again. Hello again. Hello, Miss T. Hello, Danita. Yes, we are back. Talk about the episode. So you weren't super excited about this episode. Do you want to give a brief overview why?
I don't. I, the bombshells that came in, they're not attractive to me. I don't like the dynamics in the villa right now.
Mm.
I like some of these people less and less every episode.
Oh God.
And it's very frustrating to watch, like, the dynamic. Like, I'm not saying that everybody has to be kumbaya, but I don't see romance. I don't see romance. I
Well,
need some. I need some.
yeah. So, well, V is joining us back again. Hi, V.
Maybe. Hi,
Hi,
Nia.
Nia. And Mary says she doesn't like the dynamic either. I understand what you're saying, but I think the problem is something that we keep on saying for almost every show, especially love show that we cover, and that it's less about love and more about
Drama.
dramatics and shocking and fighting. And yes, I do love things to be dynamic and exciting and banter. Like, I do like that stuff, but I like that stuff when the root is love, or when the root is something real. I don't like fighting just for fighting. I don't. You don't watch Vanderpump Rules, right?
No.
Well, on the show right now, like this one girl, she's like breaking the fourth wall, being like, you had to have those conversations because, that's our job. Our job is to like have the tough conversations on TV. And the other girl is arguing, actually, Ariana, you know her now.
Yeah.
Is arguing, was like, well, I think that my truth and me being honest in the situation was to walk away. And the other girl was like, no, you should have had the fight. Like,
No.
and so she's breaking the fourth wall, being like, so you want us to manufacture a fight so for the TV show,
For the show.
the ratings, but you don't want me to be living my truth.
So this is not real. Like, she just basically said, this is not a reality TV show. This is something staged because I want to pick a fight in order to bring drama for an audience.
Basically. So she wasn't even going to be in the fight. Basically, it was Ariana. She wanted Ariana to allow Tom Sandoval to have a conversation where he apologizes to her or whatever. And it's like, you've had a year and a half to apologize to me, babe. Like, or however long. No, you had like 5 months to apologize to me.
But hasn't he apologized in the media? And he apologized?
Not really, but
well, he
wanted to have his apology to her on camera.
So that's what I was gonna say. It just was an on-camera apology, which, fuck you, I don't need that.
Exactly. That's exactly what she said.
Yeah.
And now Lala is like thinking that she thinks that she's better than everybody else because she doesn't want to have this apology on camera.
Absolutely.
And it's her job. And so she's saying that she's not being a good castmate and she's ruining her bag and all this stuff. And I'm like, but you're making a reality TV show. So however she acts and reacts, that's real. And if she doesn't want to buy into your phony baloney fight situation, she doesn't have to. Anyways, my point being is that this new wave of reality TV is less about authenticity and more about drama that's being placed, situational drama that's being formed and calculated, drama happening. And that is becoming less interesting.
Yes.
We like seeing the organic drama that comes out of real situations.
Right.
When you're forcing people to have dramatic moments, it's boring because we don't care. It's not exciting. Yeah. Now, it's taking away exactly what I love about reality TV. And it's kind of like with acting, okay? Like, sometimes we don't like actors because I'm like, I don't believe it. It doesn't feel real. And what is real is when there's those like dynamic, connected moments that like are just frenetic and like live. And that's what I really enjoy about reality TV, is because you're putting people in these situations and you're seeing real moments,
Yes,
real
that's what I
reacting.
said this morning.
You did?
Yeah, I said it on my recap that what I loved about USA so far is that I feel like we're getting so many real moments that we can actually have conversations about, whereas here we're not getting the real moments that I want to have conversations about because it's not reality. It's just drama that's not real, and I don't like it at all.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I think I'm liking it a little bit more than you are, but I totally understand where you're coming from,
Mhm.
where it's just like, it's just not hitting.
Mm-mm.
It was hitting up until this point.
Mhm.
Um, but I guess I'm feeling like those love triangles really drained us.
Mhm.
It really drained us.
Maybe
Like,
it's because it was two at a time. Maybe if it wasn't both love triangles at the same time, maybe we wouldn't feel this way, like that dynamic at the same exact time. But we have had love triangles, squares at the same time, and it didn't feel like what we're getting. But I also said in the earlier recap for the past two episodes, I also feel like it's possibly just how the casting of this season is playing out, because I don't believe the men, especially not after this episode. I don't believe any of these men. And the women are like playing into it a bit, into the parts where I'm just like, guys, it's not you against her, it's you against that guy, like go against him. And it's just not
and that's
happening.
exactly what, actually, if we bring it back to Vanderpump Rules.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really thought that all the female cast was going to rally with Ariana and being like, you're a shitty dude. Like, you slept with her best friend. And you know what I mean? Like, and I just thought that the girls were going to come together, but the girls are siding with Tom and being like, okay, we've been mad at him for long enough. He ruined your life, but like, you have all these opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for you to forgive him.
Yeah,
And
because they didn't get the opportunity, so it's easy to say, well, she got opportunities out of it, so she needs to get over it.
exactly. And it's just really frustrating because it's like, he messed up the dynamic. His actions was the one that messed up everything, that made your whole friendship group fall apart.
Yeah.
And you're blaming her for not wanting to have a conversation with him on camera. I'm just like, what's going
That's
on in
not
your head?
shocking. That happens so often
Of
in
course.
women, especially with women in mixed friend groups where there's friendships between guys and girls. I find that so often that the women blame each other rather than like stick together, and it's sad. It's really, really sad.
So Jessica says that the cast needs some type of cleanse. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
if we all, like,
like
all the
burn
cast,
some
more
sage,
cast, more than these
man.
people.
Burn some sage.
I like Palo Santo better,
Well,
personally.
whichever. I have incense, something.
Danita agrees. There's some bad juju in that villa. Mary says, I am for the drama and humiliation of gorgeous people, but yeah, we need love and friendship. If not, what is even the point?
What's
Exactly.
the point?
And we're just saying
What are
that
we
just even
striving
for
for?
all these shows now, it's just for the clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's partially for the producers thinking that focusing on the drama is what's going to get the clicks. But they I don't understand why every single show forgets why they became popular.
Yeah.
It was, the drama moments came out of
Yeah.
the real love and connections, or the real
Yeah.
connections.
Like we see with Love is Blind, like they have lost their way. Married at First Sight, they have lost their way because these couples are being cast for drama and looks and high follower counts, rather than the reason why Lauren and Cameron to this day is the most popular Love Island couple, because they just got Love is Blind. They just got voted favorite couple in superlatives, And it's how many years later? Because why? We fell in love with their romance. That was it.
And
That was it.
I know. Well, all of these shows, we fell in love with them in their basic forms. And the producers seem to be trying to chase the reactions with the wrong tools, I would say. Yeah. Every single show is doing that, and it could be because I'm just growing up seeing the progression of them. I've seen all shows in their beginning phase, their middle phase, and their current phase, and so and
that's
I'm just
like said,
like,
maybe we're just too old. Because we've been around for like reality TV in the heyday. I don't feel
the
like
whole
reality
thing.
TV.
I've seen every single reality
Yeah.
TV show.
We're not in reality TV heyday. We're in, oh my gosh, brand new show pops up and it's like Vogue and it's new and we get into it and then they change the formula and then it sucks. And I really do feel like watching this, I feel like Perfect Match is doing very similar things to what this is. But
stupid, but
exactly, that's the difference. Perfect Match is based on nothing. I went into it just to watch for one person really, which was Tolu,
yeah.
and Dom. I do like Dom, but I went into it to really only just watch to support them, not thinking, oh, there's gonna be actual romance on it. I still don't think that there's gonna actually be romance on it. I'm just liking the dynamics that I'm watching right now because I went into it thinking, stupid show. I could just mindlessly watch the show and it's entertaining and it's better than season 1. Season 1, though, the cast was dumb. I did not like the verbiage that they used. They treated Black women like shit, and to me, it was worse than this. And so
definitely,
so it's like I feel like they did do better than they did season 1. But also mind-numbing show. Not going into it thinking that romance is actually going to happen on this show.
Yeah, that's it. They never lie. They're not lying to us. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever said this already, but Rachel is saying that that's part of my issue with the season. All the drama is manufactured and repeat conversations. Absolutely. Heavy on repeated combos. How many times are we going to see Jess and Harriet argue? I roll. Well, we're going to talk about one more time today, or 2 more times today. Mary says, well, the girls are not that great either. We don't have strong girls like Anna, Amber, and I would even take Faye. And yeah, and what's her name? In part of the Anna Amber trio?
Anna, Amber, and
Danny.
Yewande,
yes.
So this is my thing. I'm not a fan of Faye. Faye stood on business, but I'm not a big fan of Faye. But I get why people appreciate Faye, right? And then I'm not a big fan of Anna. I'm a fan of Amber. I'm a fan of Yewande. But again, Anna stood on business.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Yeah. Jessica's like, it's actually the exact same combo over and over. Yeah. It's very annoying. Jessica says exactly. We need a balance on these shows. Drama constantly is draining, especially on these type of shows with so many episodes. If it was weekly, we probably wouldn't be tired of it. That is very true. But it's like, okay, a whole week of love triangle.
Yes.
Boring.
Yes, like if we were coming in, I also feel like that might also be the balance with USA, because towards the, like, after this, it's going to only be like 3 or 4 episodes a week rather than every day of the same mind-numbing conversation.
Yeah, and we always talk about it, but I wish these getting to know you conversations were just a little bit more interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, we got a little bit today with, I don't remember who it was though, whoops, but like just talking about, I don't remember what they were even talking about right now, but I remember thinking today, like, oh, we're learning something about them. I don't remember who it was with or any of that. Shows you how interesting it was. But
was it Omar and Uma? Like her asking him asking her, did she ever like fallen in love at first sight? Because I mean but
that's a good question.
That was a good question. Yeah, I mean,
but that's the thing. It's like, I just would like some better conversations. You know, like, what are they really trying to connect over? The fact that she turned over and they feigned doggy style in a challenge. Like, that's kind of boring for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. So yeah, I do agree with you that we're kind of getting drained here with just not having any interesting dynamics and only thinking that this drama is enough to sustain us and allow us to be excited and entertained by the season. Like, it was started off strong, but they allowed those two love triangles to go on for too long, and that they're still kind of going on.
They're going on still.
It's just kind of boring. It could
Yeah.
be my age, could be our age. We
be
don't
our
have the palate for it anymore. But it wasn't like this before. So
Yeah. I mean, I started watching Love Island UK 5 years ago, maybe ish, right? I met you 2020, right? Ish. That's when I started watching it, really. Yeah. I mean, I'm 5 years older, but still.
well, I'm just thinking like older in general. Like, I remember when like The Swan was on TV and I was just like, whoa, this show.
Yeah.
And like I was shocked by it. Or like Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? Like, that was
Yeah.
like insane.
Insane. But even like think about this. The other day they put on a new season of Joe Millionaire, which I very much enjoyed that season. It was messy, it was dramatic, it was stupid, but I thought we got a crazy ass cast. I thought it was good.
For
And
which
they
one?
didn't renew Joe Millionaire.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't renew it. And meanwhile, they've renewed Farmer Meets a Wife, or needs a wife, or has a wife, or whatever. And for going on 3 seasons, and I've tried to watch it,
I've
and
not
again,
watched it.
no
Now,
multiple
that show
choices.
though apparently is based on I think it's a French show of a similar dynamic, but it's like French farmers in like the French countryside. And so they did steal that I think it was France. My best friend was telling me about it. It could have been England, but I think it was France. And so
I know there was a UK version
Oh,
because it's on Tubi.
UK.
It's on Tubi.
Okay, and so and she was saying that it was a lot better, just with it was more wholesome, and it was less like glitz, and you know what I mean, like it was real.
Yes.
And so yeah, Miss T says that's why I love you guys. You watch and review, and based on the review, I decide to watch or not. I mean, don't you want to be annoyed like we are?
I mean, I think this episode you probably watch clips and get the gist, but I mean, I'm not saying that I'm hate watching yet.
Oh yeah, she's ready for it. Well, I'm not hate watching, but I just want to be liking these people more and these relationships more.
I want to be invested more. I really do. I hate that I'm not.
Well, and it's like we were getting invested a little bit on Ayomi, was it? Ayomi? Is that what their nickname was?
Yeah, that's what
like in the beginning, because we thought that it was going to be like this sweet little romance, and we knew that the producers were going to mess it up, but like we just thought it was going to be a different journey, Yeah. And we were excited by it. And was there any other couples that we never really cared about Nicole and Kieran. Nobody else we really cared for. But then they broke that one up, and so now we don't have any couple that we kind of are rooting for.
Yeah. I mean, I care. I'm rooting for Mimi.
I mean, it's fair to root for Mimi, of course. Like,
I want that man away from her. Like, this episode, I was like, what is wrong with it? And I thought I missed something. The reason why it took me so long to hop on when you messaged me is because I went back, looked at the recoupling speech from yesterday, rewatched the beginning to see what did I miss.
Oh, okay, good. Because you're gonna have to then remind me, because I was thinking that, but I didn't do the extra work there.
I'm just like, wait, I missed something. I had to have missed nothing.
Okay, good. Because I thought I missed something too, but I was like, well, we'll see what happens. Okay, so the girls are all talking, and Jess needed to take control of the situation. And so they're talking about after this recoupling, and Jess I think she's trying to play hardball here. Like, I think she's trying to say, like, I think this is her way of like playing hardball with Ronnie and thinking that if she does this, then Harriet will look less attractive and she will look more attractive. And in the end, she thinks she's going to win Ronnie from Harriet.
Yeah,
So
I think I said that this morning. She's trying to bad bitch herself into Ronnie's good graces.
Right. It's not going to work. But I mean, this is kind of how she feels that she needed to take control of the situation. Harriet doesn't feel great about it either, which makes sense because he didn't choose her at this point. And so she doesn't even know if he wants to be in a couple with her. And then Jess turns to her and was like, well, I'm not saying that it's over. Mm-hmm. And Harriet's like, she's like, I'm just trying to actually be civil with you here and just talk about, like, yeah, we were both in a really shitty situation and mm-hmm. I'm not really happy. I'm not gloating over the fact that now mm-hmm. that I have a chance to be with him, like, it's not great for me either. And Jess has to just dig it in, like, well, I'm still trying to get him. Like, I don't know. I was just like, that's even more the beginning of me really not having a liking towards Jess.
Yeah, no, I'm off Jess. But I said that like 3 episodes ago. I will say though, this is all making me like Harriet way more.
I love Harriet's my favorite right now. Yeah. Favorite. Well, I love Mimi and I love Harriet, and I actually like Uma. I do like Uma.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fair. I don't hate Uma. I just need more from Uma.
I'm fine with Uma right now because I think that she also got in a situation that she didn't really want to be in. And I don't think that she likes maybe the type of person that she needs to be to get the guy. You know what I mean? Like, I think that mm-hmm. she wants to be a girl's girl. I think she likes being liked by people and like friendly with everybody in the house. I don't think she wanted to be pitted against Mimi and fighting over a guy. Like, I think that and so her dynamic is all kind of unsettled in my opinion. And so hopefully she'll find her footing again, especially now that these new people have come in. Mm-hmm. Ronnie says that he hasn't treated her that well. So I'm assuming he's talking about Jess. So I guess he's already sad that he's lost Jess.
Yeah.
He was hoping that Jess picked him.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. You treated her like crap. My whole thing is, do you care? Like, no. You're admitting that the situation is your fault, but do you actually care?
What did I write though? Jess asks that. I didn't finish the sentence. Do you know why they did that? Why did I write that? He thinks it's tit for tat. Who said this? Oh my God, who was she talking to? They hug. She won't be as good in bed and be. Oh, I guess it was
was it when Ronnie. He told her? When she told Ronnie? Yeah.
She says, you know why I did that?
Yeah.
And like, she just wants to like tell him again, like, this is why I did that.
She should not have done any of that. That's why I was
like ghost him in the villa.
Yeah. Like when he was, especially he's gonna, like, you gave him the option of saying no, he didn't want to chat to you. Like, what? No, like, you should even give him that option, that opportunity.
So, and like, how does he think it was tit for tat? Like, that's not tit for tat. And like, why are you tit for tatting in this situation? Why is that the way you're first going on? Like, how you're thinking of the situation? It's like, oh, I'm not choosing anyone. So I guess maybe it is tit for tat, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I'm not going to make a decision, so I'm going to make a decision for you. I guess that's tit for tat.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like she's being petty. I don't feel like she has no reason to be petty, though. So there's also that. I just think, like, be petty, but stand on your petty. Don't call him over. Make him call you over. Like, can we chat about this? Like, can we have a conversation? Why did you pick Sean over me? So she because
like, then if he had called her,
mm-hmm.
then she, like, it's like she's in the power position, but like with her going to him and being like, let me come and tell you why I did that. It's like, well, he wasn't really asking.
Right.
He didn't show us that he cared
He doesn't seem to care.
at all. I can't believe though she whispered in his ear when they hugged, which she won't be as good in bed as me, so cuddling wise or whatever. And I was like, see, she is completely jealous of Harriet sexually, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. It doesn't look good on her. That, I mean, it's like a twofold thing. It's like she's being nasty and bullyish to Harriet. Then on top of that, she's being insecure and nasty about her on the side to Ronnie. And it's like, girl, like this is not a good look on you.
Yeah, for someone to be like, I'm standing on business and I need to take control of the situation, she does not seem like she's taking control of the
Yeah.
situation.
You're relinquishing all the control.
100%. So we see Harriet talking to Joey and Mimi about Ronnie, and then while she's literally talking about him, Ronnie appears, and she basically is saying like, it's not going to change anything. But he says, but we get to sleep in a bed together, and so maybe it is a sexual thing, and that Jess is picking up, and like that's how she feels maybe threatened by Harriet. I don't know, but they've only kissed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's that he took her into the hideaway. I'm telling you, he took her into the hideaway and she went. Like, she's making it seem like there's this clandestine thing that they're doing, and that she's being overtly more sexual than her. Where I don't necessarily think I don't think Harriet's being overtly more sexual with Ronnie than Jess. I think he's just using her more sexually than Jess. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Well, Joey wants to know if Harriet wants to kiss Ronnie, and she says, or is it the other way around?
No, Joey asked her. Joey asked her, do you think you guys will do something in bed? And she's like, I don't know. Like,
she
it's
thinks
not
they have
like
chemistry, which is true for
and
her.
she's just like, but he didn't pick me. Like, I don't know what to do. And he just said, do what you feel like. At this point, you might as well. You're in the couple. Just do what you feel like.
Well, I guess what's really hard for the people in these triangles is because these men, so Io and Ronnie, they're not saying that they are interested in them. So they don't feel comfortable being fully themselves or feel comfortable with hugging them or connecting with them. And so it's just kind of like, I understand where Harriet's coming from. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm in a couple, but like he's not really making me feel like he wants to get to know me further.
That they're in a couple.
So we're in a couple. So like if I come over and I try to hug them or something, like, is that going to be something that he wants? Or is it going to be something that he just begrudgingly does because we're in a couple? Like, he's not showing that he's a yes to exploring this relationship. And Io's kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's no romance on the show. Usually, like when you are in a couple in Love Island, you're in a couple, or you're progressing towards being something potentially. None of that is happening here. None of that is happening here with nobody, not one person. Even now, Kieran and Nicole.
So Jess and Harriet are talking, and this is where Jess is being annoyingly rude to Harriet and being like, well, I'm just straight up and I'm brutal. That's just me. If you can't deal with it, then maybe we can't be friends and we don't need to be friends. And she's saying this to Harriet, and Harriet's like, I'm just trying to like have a conversation with you. I'm trying to be nice. She's like, and Jess is being very rude, but using the word I'm just blunt as like a way so she could be rude and nasty to Harriet. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like, if my friends, or like maybe you have one of those friends that have like maybe a mean sense of humor or something like that, or like a teasing sense of humor. There are some people like that, but you usually say to them like, that's a little bit too far for me. Like, I didn't find that funny. And hopefully they would nip it in the bud and curb the way that they treat you because they like you. But she definitely says, though, you're not my closest friends in here. You're not my closest friend in here.
Yeah. So I don't have to respect you because we're not friends. That's not how fucking respect works. It's default is respect. And especially if you're not friends with somebody, you give them the default of respect.
She's so mean to
You
her.
don't have to then do extra. Like, I think, was it this episode or the prior episode where somebody needed a silver ring? I think it was like either Harriet or Jess needed a silver ring and said no, and they called out, nobody in here has a silver ring, and
Oh,
Harriet
she's
was
like, I
like,
have them, but I'm wearing them.
yeah, and it's like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to give you my jewelry. We're not friends. That makes sense. That is not disrespectful. The way you're talking to her, because she is calling you out that you're being nasty about the fact that you made a choice that still involves her, and she would like to vocalize how that makes her feel, and you're just like, well, you're not entitled to the way you feel. I still might want to come back to him, or you just should feel shitty still. Fuck you.
Yeah, she's really losing brand deals like
Yeah.
left, right, and center. Rachel says, "I'm glad Joey told Jess not to involve the other
Yes.
girls. So
Yeah.
unnecessary
Ooh.
from Jess."
Oh, I was so proud of Joey in this moment because he really was just like the most mature person on that couch. Like, don't involve the other girls. Don't get them to fucking gang up on her just for you, because that's what she's been doing. That is what they've been doing. They've been ganging up on Mimi, ganging up on Harriet for each other, as if that's what they're supposed to do. And like I said earlier, I just don't think that they like each other. That's why we're not seeing
The morning
proper
chat.
girl chats.
Well, Ronnie's overhearing the arguing, and he's like, what he says is like, I just want to be single. And I
Yeah.
was like, well,
We
then
know
just
that.
be single.
Be
Like,
single.
don't deal with, don't do what you're doing to make this happen. Because if he had just had stood on business a long time ago and was like, hey, sorry, Harriet, I'm in a couple with Jess. This is what I want to focus on right now. I don't think that there's a future for us. Then this would have been deaded. Like, look at how Kieran and Nicole were able to do that. Like, we didn't like how he did it in the very beginning, but
Mhm.
she definitely took the note and
Mhm.
she was upset for a day
Mhm.
and she moved on.
She called him out on it. He took it, and she moved on. That's why I'm saying I really at this point can't even just say the issue is Harriet. Yes, so she seemed to get into these things, but that's because she's pretty and she is trying to find a connection, and it's not her fault that the connections that she's been forming and with people who have connections with other people. And to be fair, she had Kieran first.
Yep. Mary said Ronnie can be single at home. This is Love Island. That is also true. That is also true. Tina said, yes, for once he wasn't messy Joey, lol. And this made me realize that Joey does care for Harriet. Yes, I do think he cares about Harriet.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think that he doesn't particularly think that Jess is a kind person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he could see, like, even though he uses, was you saying as her spoon, or was that Miss TJoy? It might have been Miss TJoy saying that, like, Harriet is Joey's spoon that he uses to stir the pot with.
Oh, yeah.
Which I do think that is true, but I do think that he likes her, and I do think that they will have a friendship outside of this villa. I do not know if he's going to be calling up Jessica to hang out if he's in town.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that. I think there was only one girl who was saying no, she's not trying to do, but the rest of them like stayed the hell out of it.
Good. I'm happy.
And they should.
If they got into it, I would have been not good.
Yeah.
So they're all getting ready for bed, and they ask Ayo if he's going to be lip sync tonight. He says no, not lip sync. Good.
Okay.
And like, I think how he said it to me was kind of like he was going to punish Mimi with that decision that he had made. You know what I mean? Like, he's just playing too many games right now.
Yeah, it was so odd. It came out of it was so odd. It came out of nowhere because I was just like, okay, fine. Nobody needs you. You already supposedly cut off physical intimacy a couple days ago. What's the issue here? But the way he said it was like an attitude, like Mimi did something to him. Meanwhile, I mean, if it was a dumping, she saved your ass.
Mm-hmm.
But
But I think it's so he could be like, oh no, I'm not like kissing you right now because like I think he just wanted to use it to punish Mimi. Yeah, I agree. So we see you're right in bed. Ronnie and Harriet are kissing under the covers, and it seems like Nicole and Kieran are able to hear this kissing, and maybe Jess did. And Joey might have heard it a little bit, and then Jess actually gets up and leaves. So seemingly that she heard the kissing and it was bothering her, so she leaves the room. I don't know if the timing was like that, but
yeah, I mean, it could be editing, but that's what it seemed like to me.
Okay, actually, I don't remember this. So will you remind me of this part? So
Okay.
Dina says, Io's overthinking comment in the bed confuses me. Was this?
The entire situation confused me. So he did say that, and then he said that that he was upset at her recoupling speech, and I'm just sitting
Right,
there
yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean you're upset at her recoupling speech? Now, I know I was listening to that episode at 2 times speed. So I said, let me go watch it because I was like, I don't think she said anything. I mean, there's a lot of things she could have said. And I didn't think she said anything bad. So I went back and listened to the speech, and all she said is, we've been coupled up since the beginning. I'm liking the situation that we have going on. I want to continue to. So I said, did they cut something that we didn't hear?
They must have cut something.
Because then they're in the dressing room, and she's like, "What did you guys think of my speech?" And they were like, "It was good." And she's like, "Do you think it was too blunt?" And Harriet was like, "Yeah, it was really blunt." And I was like, "What?
They must have cut it out. They must have cut it out."
Yeah. So then he said in bed, he's overthinking. He just like, oh, just her speech, and I was like,
she must have said something like, you know, we have like, I don't know if I'm the person that you wanted me to choose. You might have wanted to choose Uma, but I'm left in the situation that you're the person that I've connected with the most since the beginning of, you know what I mean? Like she might have qualified that. Go ahead.
I think I got it. I think I got what maybe got it cut out, because then their breakfast conversation. Maybe she said, I might not be your type on paper.
Oh. Maybe. Yeah, I can see that. But no matter what she must have said that they must have cut out was her saying that he didn't get the chance to choose.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't know where he stands.
Yeah.
But she's choosing this boy because they've had a connection since the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they definitely cut something to that effect out. And that would make tons of sense if she's like, you didn't get to choose, and I'm not exactly your type on paper, so I'm not sure where we actually stand. Right. And then she goes into what we heard on the show.
Which, again, even if she said all of that, rights and entitlement, in my opinion.
100%. Like, what do you need to overthink? The fact that she could see through your bullshit?
Yes.
Like, even though she hasn't said much. She hasn't said much, and so he probably thinks that he's getting away with his nonsense. But maybe with what she said, she's like, oh, wait, you can see that I'm trying to play two girls at the same time, and that I may like Uma more than you just because she's my type? Oh my God, I thought I was playing a better game than this. Like, is that what he's overthinking?
Yes.
Dan says, this is a sign to not go for tall men because Koye and Io. Oh boy. I haven't seen Koi yet.
Listen, Dan, I'm trying. Unfortunately, I like tall men.
I like tall men too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I do.
I will say this, that the short guys that I have gone against my type and dealt with have not been better in the being bitch acidness.
Okay. Yeah, it's like height doesn't even equate here. Just really funny. So in the morning, I think it was Joey who pipes up and says someone was getting lipsed up last night. It's probably Joey. He's the person that would say that.
Mm-hmm.
And Jess says, yeah, I heard it all night. So annoying.
Yeah.
Jess is doing her makeup, and she's upset because he's like, how could he be under the covers with Harriet the very next day after like we were just under the covers together, and like how could he move on so quickly? I guess what we had wasn't special. And it's like, well, I don't think what he has with either of you is special, to be honest.
Right. And again, same thing with Uma. Y'all are both a connection. You were both a connection. I just don't understand, especially when you're taking yourself out of the equation. I can understand with Uma a little more because Mimi stole him back, but she stole him. But with Jess, you removed yourself from the equation. What
So
did you
like
think that
you're
meant?
punishing Harriet for not bowing out, basically.
Right, basically.
Omar and Sean bring coffees and teas to their ladies. The couples are all having breakfast together.
Mm-hmm.
Jess is giving Sean nothing. Like, honestly, when Jess talks to Sean, she's just like,
I mean, to be fair, also Mimi and Ayo were doing better. She was doing the same thing to him. But
I think Mimi's never been that animated with Ayo recently. You know what I mean? Like, she's been quite even tiered.
Yeah. With Sean, I was dying laughing because I think at the beginning of the episode, like, did they play like the Candy Man? And I was dying. It was for Joey too, though. It was fun. Joey and Samantha's day. With Sean, there's gonna be something he says that I'm gonna like. I hope you bring it up. That I was dying laughing at him because I'm just like, Sean. Like, somebody said, Jess is delusional. Sean is delusional, guys. Sean is delusional.
Very wants to know who Sean is.
He's Sam because I keep thinking he's Sam. I have to remind myself to say Sean.
Well, Sean is why Sean is that like in this conversation? Sean was delusional.
No. It's in a later conversation with one of the new girls.
We'll see if maybe. Okay, so Omar and Uma, man, I keep wanting to call him Umar. Omar and Uma talk about the love at first sight. Has she ever had it? And she says no. She's flirting, saying, "Is that how you felt about me?" He's like, maybe. It was okay. Like, I don't think she's into him, but she's being nice, and they have an okay vibe. Like,
do you feel like he's into her though? Because I don't feel like he is.
I don't know. Is he into anybody?
This is fair.
So I think he's into her the most out of everybody that's in the villa right now, but I don't see him putting on any charm. You know, he's not trying very much.
Maybe
he's really used to all these men are used to women coming after them. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to me dropping my hanky on the street and you picking up the hanky for you to give back to me so you could have an opportunity to speak to me?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mimi and Ayo have a conversation, and they say that he said that he enjoys getting to know her, and then they start talking about his toes.
But yeah, so he was sitting there like type, and she's just sitting there like she didn't even give him like a grunt.
She didn't know when she talked about the toes. She did laugh.
But when he talked about the toes, she did laugh. But I was like, she is giving him nothing, and I appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate it. He really is.
I didn't hear this. So Dan says, I laughed when Omar said Mimi was his love at first sight instead of saying Uma. He did? I didn't hear that. I'll have to go back. I feel Omar's type is Maya. Well, you don't want your man's girl, but
so. And I mean, if we're gonna choose somebody as close to Maya in the villa, it's probably Uma.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and that's no shade on Mimi. You all know I love Mimi. She's just a different type of
look.
Everyone's
type is Maya. She's my type.
Same.
Nicole and Kieran talks about to each other, and everything that she wants in a guy is in him, and I'm just like, really? Like, her bar is low. I'm like, really? No. Like what does he bring?
I don't know. Again, 21. What can he bring?
I would be
Like
interested in
just
a 21-year-old if I was 17. If I was 17, I would think he was really cool.
yeah. Although I will listen, I might have to take a little bit of that back because like Cordell on Love Island USA, same age, and I feel like he's so much more mature.
But he has
So,
like an older brother that he can
and
kind of like
that's what
look
I
up
was gonna
to.
say. But there's a different dynamic because I said that on my recap for the episode one. Everybody was mad at him at what he was saying that he wanted to do for his goals for his life, and I said, guys, he's a nepo baby. Of course he wants to act. He's already modeling. He's 21. Of course that's what he wants to do. And you know why? It's attainable. For him, it's not a grasping at straws type of thing. He can do that
And
tomorrow.
he's going to do that. And he's probably
And
like,
he's
oh,
gonna do that.
Cheez It said so. They heard him say something on Love Island. He's going to get a Cheez It steal. Like, he probably decided what brands he wanted to maybe mention on the show so that he could
Right.
maybe get a brand deal.
Correct. So that's why I was saying to people, I understand like from a regular person point of view, it was probably a immature thinking, but to me, I get why
Yeah,
that's
no,
his goal.
for him, like, I get why he was saying that, but
Yeah,
I can also understand for her how
her
it just showed immaturity,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, okay, yeah, but after the brand deals and after you do some
yeah,
acting, like, what is
yeah.
your life goal? What are some big picture goals that you're looking at? And he just has never had to answer that question before.
Right.
Probably, unless it's
And
like, or
also,
if he didn't go to university, I'm assuming, because like you'd have to probably do some of that in like your admissions statements and stuff like that.
I'm not sure,
Maybe.
but also what I said is for her, it also could be off-putting if you're coming on a romantic show and you don't know that this guy's background is that he has a rich and famous brother and family and siblings and you just think he's a regular Joe Schmo from Houston like you. And so yeah, I could definitely see why for her it was off-putting. But my whole thing is when you're older, having these conversations, usually with a 21-year-old, I cannot understand where you think that you guys are in any way, like in any frame possible to have a actual conversation.
For sure. I mean, yeah, I agree. Ronnie and Harriet chat, and she thinks that her mom is gonna like him, and I'm like, really? Your mom doesn't want better for you?
Like, please, Harriet, we want better for you. I really hope your mom wants better for you. Although these moms be coming on After Sun and be like, no, I love it. And I'm like, I would sit there, cuss my daughter out behind cameras, and then just say nothing.
Oh my god, Mary says you're not selling Love Island US either. um Joey and Samantha talks, and he thinks that since the date that she's opened up a little bit more. I was saying, like, I think he knows someone's coming in for him. He's just wanting to make this breakup be as big of a bomb to be dropped as possible. So he's like, I think that you've really opened up since our date. And like, I really, because like, if even if they just haven't really talked in a while,
Mhm.
he probably disclosed some of the exes that he's had recently. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sure that they've asked him those questions, right? Like, they kind of, I would imagine that they know his dating history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or to a few, like, have you dated anybody in the last few years that maybe would be interested in coming on the show? Like, I'm sure they're asking him stuff like that.
True.
So I think that he knows someone's coming in, and he's just trying to build Samantha up so she falls harder. But lo and behold, Tiffany, Will and Grace. I can't believe they brought Will and Grace in. I didn't even realize that until right now. So Will's 23, Grace is 25. She's a model and a business owner, and has a history with one of the boys. We know it's Joey. I do think she's stunning. I know you're saying that you don't find any of the bombshells.
Of all three of them, she is definitely the most attractive.
I think that her face is very, very pretty.
Yeah, and it's not overtly done.
No. I think that she looks decently natural. I feel like she might be mixed. She might be mixed Asian.
See, I was looking at Will, and I'm like, he looks kind of blockheaded.
Oh, he looks kind of what?
Blockheaded.
Blockheaded, yeah. I wasn't saying blockheaded, but I was saying that I was just looking it up. That I think he's an octoroon.
Oh,
like 1/8 black.
I was like, I saw it. I saw it.
I didn't see it when he first came on, but when he was chatting with Uma, I was like, oh, I think he's got a little bit of black in him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When I went back and rewatched and saw them entering the villa, I was like, oh, I said, I wonder if he's like mixed with something. So yes, thank you for letting me know. I called. I could see it. I could see it.
Did you just said it's the fade?
That's why I said the blockheadedness. That's what I meant. It's the fade. Look, listen, I'm telling you, sometimes you can't, that black blood, you can't miss it.
No, the drop makes you like hot. Like just one drop and you get like hotter. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So Joey runs and tells Io, like, oh my God, I think I know her. Oh my God, I dated her. And when he sees Grace, it looked to me like Joey's still interested.
Yes.
So I was like, oh boy. I mean, we do this.
I personally feel like if I'm gonna looks wise, right? If I had to choose between Grace and Samantha, I would probably choose Grace.
Yeah.
I also feel like it sounded like there was a bit of unfinished business. Like they it wasn't like it was like a blip that happened and then they like parted ways. So maybe, yeah, come back together.
Rachel says that Will apparently follows Trump. Really?
Not surprised. There's a lot of people. Listen, guys, there's a lot of people who follow Trump. You'd be surprised.
I mean, maybe they think his antics are just like ridiculous or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they just want to see what nonsense is going on. Maybe.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean that he's not mixed because there's a lot of actual black men.
Well, yeah, he's definitely white passing, right? So, yeah, sure. And there's also some black people that are Trump supporters as well. So Mary says this is so manufactured, but Joey knows how to play it. So I will give it a pass. Well, Samantha does not know how to deal with this. So she's already like, do you know her? Do you know her? Like when they're walking off to go sit down and chat with everybody. And I'm like, oh, you're just giving jealous, but pretending like you're unbothered. And it's like, it's really unbecoming.
It's even worse. Like she's basically just been unattractive, just behavior like this entire time. And it's just every 2 seconds, it's not helping. It's not helping, girl.
And she's very pretty.
Yeah.
But her personality's not my cup of tea.
No.
So the new Islanders are introducing themselves, and then the boys go over to chat. And Ronnie says, he's so annoying. He's like, so glad I didn't do that deadline. Because then he would be more locked into a relationship or whatever. I was like, Ronnie, that wouldn't have stopped you from doing whatever you wanted. But
yeah,
show your true colors. It's fine. Joey, someone asked Joey, what are you saying? Well, Joey, what are you saying? Who said that? Do you remember?
Maybe Grace?
Probably. You're more than welcome to chat with. Oh, no, that was all the guys. So I guess one of the guys just asked Joey, like, how is he feeling? Whatever about his ex being there. And he basically says, you're more than welcome to chat with Samantha if you want. And Io laughs. When Io laughs, that tells me that the boy, like Ronnie and Io, know that that Joey does not like that one.
No, like real life. But I do feel like I just felt like at this point, the men started being like absolutely childish from this point on. Fair. And even worse, just turned me off. Like, I mean, I was already turned off, but even worse, just their behavior. It wasn't kind. And I feel like Joey has been more than kind to Samantha, considering a lot of her behavior in the villa, but I just feel like the guys are just like riling him up, and it's not nice.
The girlies have a chat, and immediately Spencer's like, "How do you know Joey?" Chill, girl. Chill. She said that they had a holiday romance that kind of carried on a little bit after they came back, but they
Mm-hmm.
had a bit of a frosty ending. He did try to contact her recently, but they, like you said, they still have unfinished business.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately, Grace grabs Sean, Kieran to go for chats. I do like a little bit more of this. Like, let's just get this going. Let's talk to
Yeah.
people. Like, not just chilling and just waiting around. So I like that. I said she's very, very pretty.
Yes.
Grace says to Kieran, "You're a bit loved up, aren't you?" And he does say that, like, he's taken. Like, what did he say?
I thought he said he was still open.
But like, he kind of agreed though that he's kind of loved up, but
Mm-hmm.
but you know, it was still open.
Yeah.
But Grace then goes and chats with Omar. Apparently Omar is her usual type.
Mm-hmm.
So she asks him what's the situation, and he says, obviously, we're still quite open. She thinks that he is her type, and she loves a London boy. So I would be very happy if Omar is the one that gets Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be very fun. I mean, I do want Joey to mess things up though with Samantha, because I'm done with that being together. But and I don't want the storyline her being jealous of every single moment that happens between Joey and Grace. But I definitely would love to see that love relationship blossom.
Yeah, I would like to see the dynamic. I do feel like it would be a change of dynamic, but also I agree with you. I also need the Joey Samantha dynamic to change. Like, I just need him to go for something, but maybe he'll go for Uma. Can we pray and hope that he'll actually go for Uma?
Will? I think Will's going for Uma. Who do you think? You
I
want
was
Omar?
talking about Joey.
Oh, Joey. Oh, well, maybe she hasn't really been. She's not wanting to have a falling out with Samantha.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying, like you said that she was willing to fall out with Mimi, but not willing to fall out with Samantha.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll kiss in a challenge or something and realize maybe there's something there. They'd be a good looking couple. But I do think Will is going to go for it. But if Joey loses Grace to Omar, I think that he's still going to want to get out of being with Samantha. So maybe he will then just jump over and be with Uma.
I wonder, because I did read what some people were saying earlier. I wonder if this is why they may have done Casa early, because
they hate Joey and Samantha.
No, they just need new dynamics in this villa.
Right.
They need new dynamics in this villa, and if things end up not really changing with the little bit of dynamics, the new bombshells or whatever, I think they need. I think I could see them saying, you know what, let's do Casa early and just get everything mixed up.
Right.
And I think it would be actually a good point to do it, because Mimi's not necessarily set on Io. I feel some of these couples aren't set. It actually might mess up a lot.
Well, and make people make decisions.
Correct.
Which nobody seems to want to do.
Exactly.
So how was your brunch with Harriet? This was Ronnie oh, wait, I don't know who he was talking to, but Ronnie thinks that Tiffany is boff. I think that's the word he used, was boff. It's funny when I hear the word boff, because I use that term with flight attendant stuff. And so it's called book off. And so that's when you call in sick and you book off, but it says boff on your schedule. And so like when I'm like, oh, someone boffed, like whatever, someone called in sick, like who's boffing? I guess it's a term used in UK, but I don't know.
I didn't know that either.
But when whomever asked him about his brunch with Harriet, he was like, good. He's just not feeling anybody.
No.
Buff. Oh, Buff? Is that, do you call girls buff?
Yes.
Buff?
I mean, you do call girls buff. I don't know what he said, so could be either.
Hi, Lady Lyrics. Okay, Shay says, "Hey, sorry I'm late. No worries. I don't think they're doing an early Casa. I think Casa thing is a preview of what we saw at the end of the episode. That's what I read somewhere."
Oh, okay. Okay. And which I want to talk about that as well.
I don't even remember what it is right now, but I think I wrote it
Okay.
down. Tiffany pulls Ronnie for a chat. She's one of the new girls, if you forgot, because it just seemed like Grace was the only one that was going around talking to people. It's like, okay, is
I
Grace
agree.
the only bombshell?
She just seemed to be bringing so much more personality, and it's like funny because I feel like Tiffany talked more in the intro, but Tiffany did not talk more in the villa based on the edit. So there's that. I don't know if that means that maybe she's the one that ends up, because boys will choose, right? So maybe she might be the one to end up going.
Maybe, like, out of the two bombshell girls, I think that she would least likely be coupled up. So unless Ronnie gets messy and like Harriet goes home, but I don't know if like the show will let Harriet go home.
No, I don't think the show would let Harriet. I don't think Joey would let. I think Joey would choose Harriet and
let Samantha go home.
I think we cracked the code, girl.
Oh my god, that is what is going to happen.
I think we cracked the code.
That is definitely going to happen. So just to reiterate what we discovered here is that we think that wait, so who's going to couple up with who? So Ronnie might couple up with Tiffany, would leave Harriet vulnerable, and then Joey maybe would have to choose between Samantha and Harriet. And chooses to couple up with Harriet to save his best friend in the villa so he can rid himself of Samantha.
Because Omar will definitely go with Grace and will go with Uma.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Samantha, you in danger, girl.
You in danger, girl.
Joey could be doing the Lord's work.
Absolutely. I'll actually like it.
I wish that'd be so funny. That would be like really, really bad, but like good. Oh my goodness. If that happens, I can see her face standing there too. Like I can picture it. Oh my god, we're evil, but we'd make great producers.
Yes.
So Tiffany pulls Ronnie and says to him that, oh, you've been a bit of a player. He asks what's her type. She asks him what's his type, and he says usually blonde, but boobs. I'm like, she's like, oh, that's nice. That's nice.
He's so fucking immature. I can't.
No, they suck. Will chats with Nicole and Harriet, basically telling them that they're his two favorites. And she Nicole though says like right off that she can't see anyone coming in to change her mind, so she is locked in on him. Joey goes to chat. Does she go chat with Grace? Oh well, wants to go chat goes to chat with Samantha. And Samantha says, "Oh, she's fine." Yeah, remember she's laying down. She's like, "Oh, I'm fine. If you want to get to know her." Like, and he's just like, "Why are you being so blunt? Like, why are you being so?"
My whole thing is he already knows her. Like, that's not helpful.
Want to get to know her. And then she was talking and I couldn't understand her anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, and I didn't rewind it to hear it again. I was like, she just go on it. And like he laughed a couple times and I'm like,
yeah.
I missed it. If you guys
I didn't get anything that she was saying. I was like, okay, she's just on one right now.
Yeah, when she's on one, I can't understand her. Unless like I listen twice, and I don't usually do that.
Yeah.
Nicole and Kieran chat, and I said, not sure what happened here. I might have just dazed out. What happened with Kieran and
that's what I'm saying. I just feel like Kieran all of a sudden like kind of exited stage left somehow, and then I don't know.
And then they figured it out or whatever. I mean, like, oh, I still want to be locked off. I still want to be 120% with you. Yeah. And I'm like,
this is why you don't lock off too early, but also he was playing it correctly.
Jessica says, I never understand what Sam is saying. I just have to catch the captions. I didn't have any captions on. I just decided that it wasn't that interesting. Getting ready for the night. Joey does say to Grace, it's good to see you. They talk about how what they had was quite intense and quite
Mhm.
quick. Sean and Tiffany have a conversation. They talk about their favorite candy. He needs better game. I like the candy as being part of his thing, but he needs a little bit more substance.
Yeah.
These candies are empty calories.
I don't know if it was this conversation, but he also said it would take someone very, very special to turn my head. I said, turn your head from what?
I was like, I'm like, who's he with again? Oh yeah, Jess.
I was like, turn your head from what?
Jess is not with you.
Jess
Oh wait,
is
dude.
not with you.
Oh, I wonder. Wait, so Jess and Sean would still be together with our scenario?
Mhm.
She'd be so mad if Ronnie decides to choose friggin'
So, and not choose
Tiffany.
either one of them and just went to somebody else. Yeah, she would be pissed, and she's stuck with Sean.
And do you think that would allow her to become friendly with Harriet again now that they'd have a common enemy?
No, I, we're stubborn. I think she's just come to the point where she just thinks that she does not like Harriet. Like I said, they had that conversation, and she confronted Harriet about how Harriet reacted to Kieran, and after that, I feel like she just does not like Harriet.
Mm-hmm. Uma and Will have the conversation, and he talks about how she's stunning, absolutely beautiful. And I wrote, just so you can see that it's not like me just like piggybacking, I said he looks mixed black. Is it backwards? Nope. I don't know if it was backwards.
No, it was right.
Yes, he looks mixed black. So he probably is 1/8 an octoroon, as they call him. Mm-hmm. And I could see him focusing on her, because even for somebody that maybe doesn't date black women, I think that he would go for her. What are you going to say?
I said acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but he would allow himself to date her.
Yeah.
Tiffany pulls Joey for a chat. It's kind of like how I was thinking with Sophie and Josh. I don't think that Josh would necessarily date black women, but I think that Sophie opened him up to that world.
Yeah.
Are they still together? I think they are, right? Because they still do a lot of TikToks. I'm so happy that they're still together.
They are.
Like, we called it and we're like, I can see it. They match astrologically.
And I think he's more into her than she is.
Which is the way it's supposed to be. Jessica says Uma is palatable black. Palatable black for men that don't date black women. Yes, exactly. I get it. I get it.
And I again, that even might include Omar.
Wait, Omar is palatable black?
No, Omar is probably one of those men that don't date. Maybe. Because I think he's consistent. He likes white women, although I've yet to see him. Like, I feel like he's entertained whoever just comes in, but I don't feel like he's giving extra energy to anybody.
He's giving a little bit more energy to Grace.
He has. True.
So, Dan likes Will and Grace now too. I do. Will is giving danger. He's my type. A red flag. You think so? It's probably just like the 23, and he looks tall.
Yeah, it's the tall. I think it's the tall.
Mary's playing a tiny violin for Sean. Oh, poor guy. Poor Sean. Tiffany pulls Joy for a chat, and he only wants to get to know her, Grace, and Sam. So he does throw Sam in the mix to make it seem like he still wants to get to know her, but he's just like, somebody take me away from this woman, please. Samantha is saying how he told every girl he's going to get to know him. Every girl that comes in the villa is going to get to know her. So that's when she's noticing like Tiffany pulling Joy for a chat. They're new to the damn villa. They're going to likely have a chat with almost everybody. Like, relax, Samantha.
Doing this wrong.
I know.
She's been playing it wrong since the
day one. All right, so finally at the end of this episode, we have a game. They're playing beer pong with kiss stares. Grace has to twerk on an islander that she fancies. She twerks on Sean. Sean, like, poor guy, maybe he's getting the Bergie edit. He might.
He's going to go to
He might.
Casa and find his person then.
Right. And
when he realized someone who actually likes him, it'll break his delusion.
Yeah. But he might be getting the Bergie edit because like everybody was just like, oh, and like kind of pity coupling, but like in a way that because they really like him, he's a sweet guy, but like he might get the Bergie edit.
Mm-hmm.
Uba has to kiss the islander that she thinks is a player. She kisses Ronnie. She's trying to open that door again a little bit. Samantha has to kiss the islander that's playing games. She also kisses Ronnie, but she just wanted to see how he kissed. Okay. What were they calling it? Shag, marry, and what?
I don't know.
Because we usually say like marry, murder, fuck. Or fuck, marry, murder, fuck, marry, kill,
Yeah.
And so this one is shag, marry, something. Dan says, I'm confused how Dan, wait, hold on. Whoops. I'm confused how Sean cheated on someone before. I am confused.
Fair.
Ghost? Oh, it was Ghost. I was like, what? Oh, okay, thanks. I just was like, I didn't hear the word and I didn't understand because it's supposed to be kill, but I understand to not want to say
Ghost
that.
makes sense. Yeah, Danita's saying the same thing. Ghost.
Okay.
Ghost makes sense.
Okay, thank you guys. I didn't rewind. And so Will has to say who he would shag, who he would marry, and who he would ghost. So Will would shag Nicole, he would marry Uma, and he would ghost Sam. You can feel that already.
Also,
maybe he's watching the episode.
All fair. I feel all fair assessments.
Noichi here says, what kind of ick does Sean have that all these women would rather be in Johnny's harem than be with Sean?
Fair. I don't know.
Sean would get his girl when our six so desperate women who are trying to get their bags, maybe.
Yeah.
But there'd also be somebody that's like a little bit more sweet, a little bit more reserved, a little more laid back that he might be able to connect with,
Yeah. I mean, look at Bergie. Like, it was the same thing. Everybody thought he was just going to find some desperate girl. And
they're still together, right?
They are still together, long distance, and they're still together. And he really, he, like, even her mother said that he is her type. Like, she really did go in there for him. So if they like Sean, maybe they will send his type in there for him. Jess is not it, though.
No. They don't even look good together.
No.
Kieran has to choose. Kieran says that he would have chosen Grace. So maybe lying. Kieran has to snog a threesome. And so the people that he wants a threesome with. So he chooses Nicole and he pecks Jess, correct? Yeah. But he says that if he had the balls, he would have chosen Grace that he would have wanted to have the threesome with instead of Jess. That would have been fun, Kieran.
That would have been lovely.
You would have been in the doghouse and you'd have to have heard Nicole scream.
Yeah.
Tiffany has to snog the islander that she wanted to have a steamy shower with. She chooses Ronnie. And when they choose Ronnie, they were celebrating a lot. And Harriet was even like, I don't know why they were celebrating so much. Like, it's a
turned off. Game. She said it's a game.
It was a game. So she was kind of like,
I don't know how these women are just not fully turned off from these men. I think Mimi is, because we didn't see one damn thing that Mimi did in this thing.
Was she there? Maybe she was not feeling well.
She was.
Harriet has to kiss whomever is untrustworthy. She kisses Jess on the cheek. Jess is like, feelings mutual, babe. I was like, shush. Feelings mutual. Like, you know what? Harriet got one up on you, and like you could have like played that and like just being like, let's just be friends. Like, this is stupid, our beef. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been a good.
Mhm.
I thought that it was cheeky, but like, I don't think she was trying to be rude.
No, it
You
was
know?
cute. I thought it was cute. Again, Harriet endeared herself to me this episode.
I'm Team Harriet
Yeah.
all the way, even with her dancing that I showed last episode. Joey has to do a 3-way kiss with the 2 Islanders of his choosing, and he is just whinging. Like, he's like, oh, I don't know. Oh, God, I don't know. Like, again, he's just like moaning in a stupid game.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? I'm just going to kiss the 2 new girls. That's the decision that you made. I mean, oh my God, Dan's so right. Dan's like, Jess needs to stop thinking that she's that girl. She's not. It's true.
I think she thinks she's the God. Who would I think she thinks she's the Molly May. She does. I do feel like she thinks she's the Molly May.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dan, you're onto something, Dan. Dan says, "Yep." Kieran saying that he would kiss Grace instead will definitely be in movie night. Oh yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah. We should make a list of all the things we think are going to be in movie night.
Yes.
She and Konoichi says Mimi ate pizza this episode while the girls fought over Ronnie. Correct move. Yeah.
Correct move.
I mean, as much as I've said that Ronnie would probably be Ronnie and Joey and Io would be the people that maybe I'd be talking to, but like that's because the bar is so low here. I would not be in any of those situationships. I'd be like, okay, producers, can we do something here? These guys are losers.
What is that show? I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Get me out of here. On Love Island with losers. Get me out of here. Then Grace has to kiss the gobbiest guy. So I guess the biggest blabbermouth.
Oh, okay.
And she chooses Joey. I'm not a Ronnie girly, okay? I don't go that far, but I'm saying that he at least I could probably talk to him a bit. Everybody else is like Sean. I have nothing to say to him for sure. He's quite boring.
Yeah.
Omar, he hasn't really said much. Will, maybe I'd talk to because he's new. I don't know. Anyways. All right, and that's the end of the episode. But we see, oh, right, this is what now I remember. So we see in the preview for the next episode that there is going to be a night away where each of the new Islanders get to take one of the Islanders, the OGs, away for the night.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know we're kind of talking for long. I'm like, how do we end up talking this long? Like, there's nothing that happened in this episode, but we were ranting in the beginning for a bit.
Yes, we ranted for like 30 minutes, which I mean,
I was like, why is this so long? It's like such a short episode. Okay, so who do we think that Will is going to take overnight?
Who does he like? He likes Uma and who else?
Is that it?
Nicole.
No, I'm
And
thinking Nicole. Oh, and who's the other girl that he said?
Harriet.
Yeah, Harriet.
I think he'll take Uma out of those 3.
I agree. I think he'll take Uma. And Tiffany, who do you think she'll take?
Tiffany. Oh, I think if she's not taking Joey, I think she's taking
Ronnie.
I think she's taking Ronnie.
She's taking Ronnie.
Unless something happens on Sunday's episode for her to take Sean, I literally think she's taking Ronnie.
Yeah, because that would be the most carnage for sure. Because Ronnie and Harriet and Jess will be upset with this move. And they won't be able to see what he's doing. I wonder if he'll bring them together or not. Still wondering. Okay, yeah. Mary thinks that Tiff's going to take Ronnie. Danita thinks Ronnie as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Sean is in part of the equation. Uma, Joey, and then Grace.
Joey. I actually think she might, if Joey doesn't like overtly show anything, because she's already had the night with him, I think she would take Omar. But I think the producers will encourage her to probably take Joey. But my whole thing is, why am I taking somebody I've already spent time with? Like, I already know, but like maximum carnage, Joey. Samantha would not know what to do with herself.
Oh my God. Yeah, see, that's what's going to have to happen. So sorry, Omar, your girl's getting taken overnight, but Grace is going to take
He's gonna
Joey.
be left with nobody. I wonder what he'll do if he's left with nobody.
Does he even talk to the guys? Like, I don't know what he's going to do.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think Tiff, I agree with this. So Tiff is going to take Ronnie. Ooh, it's going to be so messy. Will is going to take Uma. And Grace is just going to take Joey. So our second choice for Grace is Omar, which could also be, it could be a good misdirect because then Joey could just be like, see, nothing's going on with us. He didn't even choose me. Like, we're good.
That's why I'm saying, I'm wondering if she actually will take him, because if then they do like couple up, it's going to throw Samantha off like totally. Because like he didn't go on the overnight date.
Or no, but it also could like just playing into the building up Samantha to have her dumped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eesh.
Oh my gosh! This is Dan. Grace don't like Joey. She loves the BBC.
That's what I'm saying. I think she might make her play for Omar. I do.
I mean, that would be good because at least Omar and Uma are both getting taken.
Both chosen. Yeah. But I do feel like, as we're saying, production would probably encourage Joey.
Is Uma friends with the girls? That would be
yes. Jess and Samantha. Yeah, those are her two besties.
Anyway, okay, it's fine. She can be a spy though.
Hopefully, they send them separately. Like, don't
like a triple date.
Yeah, like separate rooms. Like.
What she says, I think it's more probable that Ronnie settles down than just being friends with Harriet. It ain't happening. Okay, fine. I just like sometimes common enemies help people come together, right? So
true.
So, anyways, and Harriet is always, from what I've seen of her, looking to resolve. She's not looking for a fight.
She is what normal Tauruses are when we're not being petty. We want calm. We want everybody to be like this. Libra kind of does that, justice thing, but we also feel like justice for all, meaning leave me the fuck alone and I will leave you the fuck alone. Like that.
It's being ruled by Venus, which is all about like beliefs and how you view the world and your values. So yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me again today. We spent 3 hours together today talking about this show. And thanks everybody in the chat for doing the same. It's been a good time. What do you have going on, Tamika? Want to share?
So again, join me tonight if you want another hour with me, hour and a half, possibly, depending on this episode of Love Island USA. I will be recapping tonight about 10-15-ish. The episodes have been a bit, I actually had to put it on my computer and watch it. Yeah, there's like a little extension on Chrome that you can fast forward Peacock because you can't.
How do you think I watch the live feeds?
Because I'm like, what the hell? Like, I can't. So yes. So join me tonight. We will chit chat. I'm loving. If you have not watched Love Island USA, I know for the UK, if you're in the UK, it hasn't begun yet. But I am loving this season. Kinochi, I am loving this season. I was concerned because Love Island and Love Island USA normally do not start exactly in the same month. Usually one's in June and one's in July. But I will say, I think the fact that UK is going the way it's going is kind of propping up the fact that USA is going the way it's going.
I mean, I think that this is a good twist, though. Not gonna lie. We haven't I'm looking forward to Sunday's UK episode to see what the dynamic. That's what I said. I want to talk about that. Listen, I said I'm not out yet. I'm not hate watching yet. I'm not hate watching at all.
Yes, yeah.
So and I think that they were like, okay, we're tired of this as well. Let's women choose, make the decision for the men. Okay,
get Samantha out of the villa.
Okay, Joey's ex. Okay, time to bring her in. Okay. Okay, now like they're just like, okay, we gotta
camera Action. Period.
Do we know where to watch Love Island USA or when exactly it airs? Or,
So
I don't know, in the UK.
So it on USA time, it airs on Peacock TV at 9 p.m.
Eastern.
Eastern time, which is the time zone I'm on, and then I usually recap about 10:15 ish to start. So yeah, I'm not sure where you are. You can find it on Daily Motion.
Probably like
I
a
just
couple
you
hours
have to, yeah,
after.
you'll have to find it a couple hours after. But you can always come join my recap, and we just chit chat and talk about what happened in the episode. So until you can watch, so
I'm trying to think where I might have it because it's on Peacock. So Peacock, it will drop at 9 p.m.
hmm
And so if you can find a way to watch US Peacock, then you can watch it live. So
hmm
that I don't know anywhere else, and I don't know when it's coming to the UK.
okay,
If you're in the
yeah,
UK,
yeah.
okay, we're hyped up. Konoichi's gonna
Good.
watch. Perfect. Hi, ladies. I'm so late. Yes, we are done, Kay. I'm sorry,
We
but
about to
we
head out.
yes, USA started already. Okay, so thank you everybody here in the chat for hanging us out. Thank you to Mika. I will be going live with Angel Cake Entertainment, Drew, at 8 p.m. Eastern, so in about an hour, to talk about this most recent episode of the challenge. And then I'm going to get back to catching up on Love Island US with my recap live reaction videos. So look out for them. You'll have 3 coming to you 4. Just on Tuesday?
Four.
No,
It'll
Wednesday,
have to.
Thursday,
Oh no,
Friday,
three because
3. 3
yeah,
with tonight.
yeah.
So yes, they should be coming soon. You'll have 3 within the next 24 hours, likely. All right. Thank you again so much. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments who you think is going to be each of the new Islanders are going to choose for their overnight dates. So
Yep.
are you on the same boat as we are, or do you have some other ideas as to what is going to go on? And how do you feel about what we are conspiring as producers here on our couch with how we think the next recoupling ceremony is going to go down? We think that Samantha is about to get dumped.
Don't. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care.